Welcome. This is the Mindset Coach Lionel, and today I'd like to talk about how to, people say reprogram, and I will say program your subconscious mind for any lasting success, anything that really sticks, so you can change your habits, patterns. Again, things that are not working for you anymore, and now you want that to work. And this, I found four. I mean, there's many ways to do it, but there's four that when you use them correctly, maybe you have not tried them yet, but they do work if you really give it a try. Now, I have experienced them, and it has worked for me. And if you're willing, as you watch this video, and after do some research about it, it really can shift and transform your life if that's what you're looking for. So you have to know what you want, and if transforming your life is one of them, best way to start is with your subconscious mind. That's where after a while, all your habits become part of your subconscious mind. And the conscious, you do certain things, but practically 90% of the things that you do during the day is because of habits and patterns that you have created. Therefore, pretty much you're in autopilot. So the first one is to activate your success mechanism, and one of the ways to do it is through the reticular activation system. So if you can act in a certain way, this weapon, when you go and activate the system, it is to program in your subconscious mind certain patterns, new ones, new habits, and therefore you're creating new miracles in your life. So Maxwell Maltz, mispronounced that, said that the so-called subconscious mind is not a mind at all, but a mechanism. And it's goal striving, kind of a serving mechanism, and it consists of the brain and the nervous system, which are used by and directly by the mind. Okay? And I'm just quoting what he said. So your success of this mechanism really is impersonal, but it will help you achieve whatever goals you want to set. All right? So if you present it with a negative goal, it will operate as a failure mechanism. So it is not meant for you or to help you thrive. It's meant for you more than anything to survive. That's what it's there for. So your brain and your nervous systems are continually leading you in a direction of the image that you think about, both consciously and subconsciously. And this is vital to focus on what you want in life, not what you don't want. When I'm coaching, and nowadays, and I have to stop, there's so many articles and videos and information about the subconscious mind, and then you have coaches, and I'm coaching, and when you're coaching someone, first question I ask is, what is it that you want? simple question, but most people will look up in the sky looking for the answer and like, wow, and they get just a moment of silence, and then they're searching for some kind of answer. Well, it takes a while, I guess, but nowadays, everyone is trying to give you so much information that, in a way, it could be misinformation, but it also can confuse you if you don't sort things out consciously. So that way, eventually, as you repeat this process, it becomes part of your subconscious mind. So like I say, what you put in is what you're going to put out. So be careful and mindful of the information and the things that you do. The mechanism works if you know how to work the mechanism. Otherwise, it can backfire also. So, few things is that every day, spend as much time as possible in thinking, reflecting on what you want in your life. And you can do this in different ways. Write your goals down in a journal. Buy a notebook. Every day, anything that comes to mind, just write it down. Visualize. Imagine any goals, anything that you want coming to you. Transport yourself in the future and then work your work backwards. Also use affirmations. Speak your goals as if they already happened. And I have to stop here now because I had people in their religious arena, and I listen, and I have traveled. I've been in the Philippines and different places where certain religions are, the main thrust of their life, and everyone talks about prayer. Well, what do you think prayer is? Anyone? Well, one way to look at it, and perhaps there's other ways, but they say prayer, if you're going to pray, pray as if it's already happened. Not in the wishful thinking, but it already happened to you. So come from that place of knowing. So over time, when you keep building and come from this place of knowing, you're going to create habits. And these habits can also trick your brain into success by helping you already thinking that you have achieved the goal before you have already done it. And the reason is simple. Your success mechanism does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So if you start focusing 100% of your energy on what you want, not what you don't want, over time through repetition, it will bring your goals to be manifested in your reality, in your physical reality. Now, the next thing that you can do is use creative visualization. And in the process, you got to quit worrying so much. And one of the books that I read with best author Jack Canfield, he has said, quote, worrying is nothing more than a negative goal setting. So if you spend all your time worrying about what you don't want to happen in life, you're sending the wrong signals to your mind, to the universe. So if you're sending these signals, what do you think is going to happen? The universe is going to give you back that you are focusing on. It's not going to give you the opposite. It's going to give you that you are intentionally paying so much attention to. So you are creating this negative visualization of what you don't want to happen. So you got to remember again that as you create these things, and I have to say it one more time, excuse me, the mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and imagined. Okay? So instead of worrying about it, and you start using the power of visualization, use it to your advantage. Okay? When you visualize, you start activating the powers in your subconscious mind. And this is going to create new neural pathways. And as you do that, and you open new pathways within your mind, it's going to create new opportunities in your life. But you do have to stop worrying about so much. And let's be honest, don't forget, worrying is also a habit. So if you learn to worry, you can also learn to quit worrying, right? The next one, and I use it, it's what's called hypnotherapy, but self-hypnosis, and I use it, I put headphones before I go to sleep every night, and I select certain affirmations, certain things, and subliminal affirmations. When you have dual induction, when you have things and you are getting to the higher levels before going to sleep, in a way you're bypassing your conscious. You're not thinking anymore, you're falling asleep. And listen to this affirmation voice that will come in one ear, certain messages, and then another set of messages in the other ear. After a while, let's say you want to pay attention to what's coming in your left ear. Well, if you're doing that, paying attention consciously, subconsciously on the other side, that's bypassing your conscious and it's going directly to your subconscious mind. It works, but you have to try every evening, minimum 21 days, but respectfully 30 days will be, because anything in life is about repetition. So I will say that the self-hypnosis, it works if you really give it a try. Next thing is repetition. And once a majority of the identity is formed in anyone by the age of 7, 8 years old, you begin to establish habits. And if you notice, these habits are formed by repeating something over and over and over. So it's like thinking about learning to ride a bike or drive a car. Right now, once you learn how to ride a bike, you just get on a bike and do it. You learn how to drive a car. Half of the time, people leave work and they are on the phone, they got the Bluetooth on or whatever might be the case, and you're driving, you're driving, and somehow you get home, you open the garage door or whatever, you park in the driveway, you don't know how you got home, but you did, because it is a habit. So subconsciously, you already know how to drive the car. You were able to take the same journey, the same way that you come home every day probably, without making any stops. So all these things is done by repetition. And they say practice, repeat, until it becomes unconscious. So just remember the way you learn the bike, how to drive a car, and that will give you example of what you have done over time, practice, and now you do it unconscious. So, and this is exactly how you can start programming with these 4 different things. Very simple. Your life. Remember, life is too short to live out your past belief system, meaning your past is your past. It might have worked at one point in time in your life. It did. But it's all programming. Now you are in the year 2021. And just because you were given some of this belief as a kid, it doesn't mean that they're going to be operating at that level forever. Now you're an adult. So it is time for you to start evaluating your old belief systems, dropping the ones that no longer serve you, through repetition and the things that I've spoken before in the video. You can reprogram or program your subconscious mind to create a new identity. And a new identity is being who you want to be already. Be that person. Don't talk about it. Be that person. All right? And it will make it so that 99% of the day your beliefs are helping you achieve your own greatness. So I will say that success is an inside job. It's inner work. It starts with you. Right? And I will leave you with this. Another way that the subconscious mind works is with metaphors. And I'll talk more about that in the next video that are coming up. We'll get deeper into the subconscious mind, which is where you can make the most impact and shift. So if you're willing to say, okay, treat yourself as if you were a phone, okay? And as you notice, this phone has a brain, circuits and so on. It has inside some kind of panel, a board, and it has software that is installed. If you notice, every 6 months or less, we got to be upgrading new software. Apple is big with that. You get a phone and within a month, new upware, and revise what you have and put a new upgrade for what? So it's compatible with whatever's going on in today's world, in this moment, and for the future. So it's already saying, okay, whatever it was in this program, in this phone, it worked up to a certain point, now it's time. So if we do this on a daily basis with a phone, how come we don't do it with ourselves? How come you talk to members of your family that are still stuck in the old days, doing the old thing, or co-workers that you meet, or people alike? And if you are awake and aware of what's going on, you're like, wow, what can you do? So we need more people to open up. We need more people to upgrade their operating system the same way we do the upgrade on our tablets, phones, and computers. This is the #1 computer right here. So why not upgrade? I hope this helped you a little bit. I could have gone a lot longer, but I just wanted to give it a little taste and hope that that will spark some interest, and you will go and do some more research if what you're looking is to learn how to program or reprogram your subconscious mind. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Ciao.